Hello and welcome. Thank you for taking the time to learn about accessibility in graphic design and how you can best parlay this knowledge into your current graphic design course or one that you are or will be writing. This workshop provides information, quizzes, ideas, and prompts to help guide you through the task of understanding accessibility in its many forms and how best to incorporate it into your course. In this course, you will find a series of modules for learning. Each module is a clear roadmap to success and begins with an overview of the course and learning objectives for the course. You are then given a number of informational resources that explain the material. You will have time to practice certain tasks using the new materials and information given, and then ways to assess, apply, and finally reflect on what you've learned and how you might use these new ideas moving forward. As creatives who are producing a useful and engaging product, and as the world learns more about the needs of others, we realize the need to create products that are easily understood by all. The need for accessible content in graphic design has become more obvious, and we now know how important it is to begin implementing accessibility into course curriculum at a student level. For example, take a look at the three icons from a very recognizable social media giant, Twitter. Can you tell why these icons are problematic? If you know anything about social media, you know that most platforms use a checkmark to distinguish between famous or otherwise verified users and the average person. When we look at the three icons shown, those without the visual impairment, color blindness, see a blue, a gray, and a yellow icon. However, those with certain types of color blindness may not be able to distinguish between the three, which puts these users at a slight disadvantage. Insider.com reported the following. According to Twitter's new profile labels criteria, a blue checkmark can either mean a user is subscribed to Twitter Blue or has a legacy verified account. A gold checkmark signifies a business account, while a gray checkmark is given to government officials. We can probably agree that this is a good way to give specific distinction to those who need it, but not every user experiences the world in the same way. According to graphic designer Tom van Beveren, who lives in the Netherlands and who is colorblind, the most common form of color blindness is found in people who have difficulties with the difference between red and green. Others cannot differentiate between green and gray, or blue and gray. Some also struggle with blue and yellow, but that's the rarest form, only affecting around 1 in every 10,000 people. So you can see where the trouble lies in this instance. The need for accessible graphic design, fonts. Another example can be found in font choice. As a graphic designer or instructor of the subject, I am sure you know the most joked about font out there. Can you guess it? It is Comic Sans. Most people know of its reputation as juvenile and unprofessional, but did you know that it is actually a good example of a specifically accessible font? It has been studied and found that users with dyslexia ranked Comic Sans among the easiest fonts to read. In this same category, you will find Trebuchet and Verdana. I am not suggesting you teach your students to use only Comic Sans for their designs. There are better alternatives if your student is designing for a more professional and sleeker look. Perhaps in this instance, the student may opt for Tahoma or Arial, both of which are good choices for dyslexic users. Take a look at the slight differences between the fonts. Comic Sans, Trebuchet, Tahoma, Verdana, Arial. In this course, you'll learn more about how to teach your students to use these and other fonts for accessibility in their graphic design. These are just 2 examples of the things you will learn as you move through each module. You will also be given ideas for how to incorporate this knowledge into your course curriculum via lessons, projects, and rubrics to better define learning outcomes. We are excited to deliver this information to help build a more inclusive world and look forward to all the great ideas that will be generated from this course.